So I just found out a couple of days ago that that we have a plum tree on the property. And it's just a little tree, and I think this is the first year it's producing fruit, because I remember that tree from last year, and there wasn't anything that came off of it, and because it's still pretty small. Oh, doggone it, he's way up there, so I can't see. Let me see if I can give Petey one. Anyway, we had a storm, pretty bad storm, a couple days ago, and I noticed there was a couple on the ground, and I looked and I was like, oh my gosh, that's a plum tree. So we have a plum tree. So I picked a couple of the ones off the ground and I put them in here for them. Nikko just jumped on me. It won't be something that I give them all the time, because I've told you before, I'm pretty careful with how much fruit I give them, because monkeys are susceptible to diabetes, and too much fruit is not good for them. But, you know, every once in a while a treat, and they're kind of small plums. So that's kind of cool. And we also have a apricot tree on the property. And I knew about that one last year, but this year it's producing tons of fruit. So I might go grab an apricot in a couple of days and bring it out here to them, because they've never had plums before. I've never gotten them plums, so this is the first time. He's running around with it in his mouth. I don't know what Nikko did with his, but he doesn't have it anymore. But Petey's got his. Is that good? I have to, oh, doggone it. I was backing up so Nikko wouldn't jump on me, but he jumped on me anyway. Petey's taking his plum way up there. Way up there with his plum. So now what I might do when I do bring them out, their plums or whatever, is I might kind of hide them somewhere for them to find. I didn't hide them today because this was the first time, and I wanted them to realize they could actually eat them. He's running with his plum. He's like, you're not getting my plum. Oh, Nikko. You're not getting my plum. Where'd your plum go, little Nikko? Where's your plum? Nikko saw that in my hand. He came running so fast. Now Nikko got his plum. Is that good, Nikko? Petey ran over here with his. They're happy little monkeys with their plums. I'm pretty sure that there's a little tree over here, which at first when I was building this addition, I was thinking I was going to have to take it down, but I think it's far enough away from the enclosure, and we kind of braced it so that it won't lean towards the enclosure. But I bet, I'm thinking that's probably some sort of a fruit tree as well, but it's fairly young also, so I don't know what it is. Maybe I'll compare the leaves on that one to the plum tree. It might be a plum tree as well, I don't know. But I'm pretty happy about it. Free food. Not that it's a big deal. I don't skimp on any food that I buy them, trust me. I buy them the good stuff, and that's all they're allowed to eat, but yeah. So the storm we had the other day was really, you know, I didn't think it was that bad. But every time it rains, like a lot, I always come out here the next morning and check the place over before I bring them out, which I do that a lot anyway, even if it hasn't stormed. But if it has stormed, I definitely make sure I do it. And so I came out here that next day, and this deck system over here was completely shifted. As you can see, we've got sprouts down there again. Good grief. But they're eating them because they've been eating those sprouts that I planted. But anyway, it shifted that with those deck blocks and everything, a good probably 8 to 10 inches sideways. Caved in one of the panels there to the point where it had a pretty big gap at the top that they could have potentially gotten out. And then the jungle gym over here on the other side, it completely ripped out 2 of those beams that go with that walk cross where those ropes are. Completely ripped them out, so we had to fix that. We just used deck screws, and hopefully it'll hold it a little better. But yeah, it did damage on both sides, so I couldn't even bring them out that day after the storm. I had to come out here and do some maintenance and some cleanup, and then the day after that it stormed again. So they haven't been outside for 3 days, poor babies. So today's the first day they've been out in the last 4 days. So anyway, I just wanted to show everyone them getting their plums. And I'm so happy we have a plum tree on the property.